Welcome to our discussion of Your Retirement by the Fortune Knowledge Group. I'm Myron Kandel, and joining me is Nick Strobelt and Abe Ashton, the co-founders of Ashton Strobelt. Nick's extensive experience gives him an understanding of the unique needs investors and retirees face. Abe is recognized as one of the top retirement specialists in the entire nation. Thank you guys for joining me.
Oh, Myron, thank you for having us.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Now, you guys do your work both in Utah and Las Vegas.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Now, our offices are only about an hour and a half apart, but that 1.5 hours there, you couldn't ask for a greater distance in demographic between the type of people we meet with, Southern Utah being very conservative, and then in Las Vegas, where we've got some of our retiree clients who would love spending a good portion of each and every day sitting at a penny slot. So it is a very interesting dynamic there.
It's interesting. Las Vegas is a donut. Inside you have the lights and the strip, what everyone's used to, but outside of the donut, you have many normal people, retirees, and so forth that just have the same simple questions that everyone approaching retirement has. Is where do I put my money? How do I keep it safe?
What is the focus of your practice?
Well, specifically, we focus on retirees, and in both of our communities in Las Vegas and Southern Utah, they're transplants. People move, our retirees move to these locations to retire. And what's interesting and what we find is they've gone up and moved their entire family, packed a household full of goods to change the place that they're going to live throughout their retirement. And then we get a chance to sit down with them and we realize they haven't changed their financial plan at all now in retirement. They've moved their family, they've moved away from their kids, hopefully. Unfortunately, some of their kids come with them, but they've moved their family, and yet they haven't done some of the most important financial changes as it pertains to their financial retirement situation.
What small piece of advice, but yet important piece of advice, do you have to people in retirement?
The advice I have for someone in retirement is to really take a second look at what you have to see what type of protection you have on those funds. Because the last thing you want to do in retirement is feel like if the market does one thing, that I'd have to move in back with my kids. And that's the scenario we never want any person to worry about is through the proper plan and having your plan double checked by someone that really can advise and help to identify what you're taking more risk in and what you can be more safe in other categories.
Abe, if you're in pre-retirement, what's the advice to give?
Well, if you can see retirement right around the corner, it's time to be conservative now. We can't chance it. We've met with way too many people that came in 2009 and said, well, I was going to retire. I had this plan, I had that plan, and I was going to retire, but the subprime mortgage mess just wiped me out. Or it changed that I think I now need to work for another 3 or 4 years. So what we want people to do is we want them to come in and see us, even if they're still 5 or 10 years away from retirement, and we'll show them a strategy in which we can still protect their funds and make sure that they can cross that finish line, sprinting across the finish line without the worries, and with, more importantly, the knowledge of what the worst case scenario looks like, so they can make their plans accordingly.
So you're saying strategy and planning. That's a good note on which to wind up this discussion. Thank you both for joining me. And for our viewers, make sure to check back with us on the Fortune Knowledge Group.